Good morning. If you're using the free version of Canva and you want an amazing collection of graphics, you need to know about this vintage set of Fairycore images. I'm Nola from starterretirementblog.ca, and over there on the blog, we have a really simple strategy for blogging in retirement or part-time, works equally well for either. There's 3 steps. You start an interest-based blog, you sell related digital products, and you blog from anywhere on any schedule. Our reason for being here today is to talk about the related digital products. If you're going to be selling digital products, you have to be creating digital products. And that's where this Fairycore collection comes into play. So we all know the pro users, they get the best graphics. That's fair. That's what they're paying for. But Canva has lots of really great free images. But when you're working on a project and you want multiple graphics, coordinating colors, themed images, or a lot of choice, you're a little bit limited. It's hard to find big collections of images that are related. There are some tricks. You can put some filters, modify colors in the free images, try to give things a more coordinated look. But it can take a lot of work, and often the final product still isn't as cohesive as you really want it to be. Those of you who are creating digital products today know exactly what I'm talking about. I have found this fairy core collection, and it was just too good not to share with you. Where did it come from? I don't know. I think there's a small possibility that somebody fell asleep on the job and tucked this mystical collection of vintage images into the free bucket by mistake. This collection is by Trendify, and it is full of these lovely aesthetic images with fairies and mushrooms and elf mythology. And rather than trying to explain it, I'm just going to show you all 30 graphics that are contained. One thing you're going to need to know is that this collection has an element code right here, and you're going to want to write this down. I'm going to show you how to use it to create or to access this collection. So here we are inside of Canva. Everybody's going to recognize the toolbar down the left, and we are in the Elements section. In the search bar up at the top, you type in that element code that I gave you on the prior page right here. And when you do that, it is going to completely populate with all of your images. So let's have a look at them up close. Here's your first image, a beautiful little vintage bunny. Second image is a tangle of mushrooms. This is a lovely little hummingbird, and I love that they have added little sparkles to all of their images. Nice touch. Fourth image is a mushroom house. How cute is that? Another mushroom. There's quite a few mushrooms in this collection, which I think is really nice. Here is our first fairy image. She's got some movement to her. She's holding a wand. A second fairy. This one has little horns. You'll notice that we have a nice muted color palette for this collection. Here we have a wand. You'll see there's lots of ornate and decorative elements in all of these images. Mushrooms, we've got lots of flowing lines and quite a few botanical type of illustrations, vines, mushrooms, that type of thing. Number 10 is our crown, made out of vines and crystals. And here's a little water nymph. So I thought this was a cute addition. You don't often see a water nymph in these types of collections. This is a moth. There are a few moths in this collection. Myself, I find them a little creepy, but I'm sure they're going to appeal to some people. A lovely little fairy. Quite a few little mythical creatures in this collection as well. So here's a frog for us, a locket, 16. So we are halfway through the collection now, and we have these hands with vines growing out of the fingertips, very mythical looking. One of my favorite images from this collection is this handheld mirror. Picnic basket, which I thought was an interesting addition, and I do like it. And I think it's an image that I will definitely use. Here we have a little vial that has, well, something for your potions in it. A second mythical creature. This one's a deer with wings. We have a little mushroom capped fairy here. 22 is a fairy with wings. It's interesting to note that most of the fairies in this collection don't have wings, but this one does. Very nice image. We have a little teapot, which I think has many uses. And here's the teacup that goes with it, although I'd say there's some sort of magical brew in that cup. We have a crystal, of course, a second moth. Again, not my favorite, but part of the collection. Here we have a collage of a woman's face, and it includes some moths and some greenery. Another collage of a face fair for a fairy. One of my favorite images in this collection is this unicorn, very mythical, it's very sweet. There is a book with a rose on it, and that is our last image in this collection. So I have so many ideas and so many ways to use this collection. So I'm just going to share a few of them with you, and then you can come up with all of your own. The first one is to use it to make oracle cards. To me, these images just scream oracle cards, and having access to 30 coordinating images gives you enough graphics to work with that you can probably pull together a complete deck. Um, Another great way to use them is to make a journal. And as a matter of fact, I have already created one. So here's a little mock-up from where I was promoting my walkthrough of the journal. So you got a nice shot of me there, as well as a little information about I was doing a walkthrough of an ice cave. So if you follow us on the blog, you know that an interest-based journal, you can talk about all the things that you do in your life that make you happy and you find enjoyable. And for me, I do these little weekend adventures. We went to an ice cave that weekend, and I had put up a post that kind of combined a walkthrough of my fantasy journal kit as well as my walkthrough of the ice caves. I do think that so these are some images from that journal kit that I had up, but I think this would also be a great kit to use or collection to use for stationery. I would just love to have a little from the desk of Nola created with these images, maybe with some coordinating envelopes, a tearaway pad, or some bookmarks. I don't think it's anything that I would ever create, but if any of you get on that and would like to send me a gift, I would love to accept that. These little pictures, I think, would be great to use for vintage Easter. I mean, have you seen this bunny? I can definitely work with this adorable little fellow and a few of his friends, maybe to create some Easter cards, some decorative wall art, or place cards for Easter dinner. I think those would be sweet, made with these images. You could also use them for story illustrations. You have lots of pictures to choose from, or chapter openers. If you like to put a little graphic where you're opening up a digital ebook, these would be sweet for that purpose as well. And the final suggestion I'm going to give you is just for your customizable Canva templates. So this is really one of the big advantages of a free collection. If you are making Canva templates, you want to use free images so that when the people who purchase them open up the template, even if they don't have the pro version, which many digital creators are using, they can use what the product that they've purchased without seeing any watermarks or without having to purchase or pay for the pro images that were used in the product. So when you're doing templates, you always try to stick to the free images and elements from within Canva. So if that wasn't enough ideas for you, I have 100 plus digital product ideas for your retirement blog. It's a freebie. You can get it over at starterretirementblog.ca. And the best part about this, it's not just a list of digital product ideas. There's a visual for all 100 products, and the visuals have all kinds of great information in them about the size of the product, the format of the product, the features of the product, those kinds of things. So it's not just the idea itself, it's actually a lot of detail about how to use those ideas or how to create them, how to build them. So if you're interested in that, hop on over to Start a Retirement Blog at CA. You'll see it on the blog page. It's the first thing you see. It's a big banner inviting you to get the freebie. So hopefully we'll see you over there. Thanks now. Bye.